Hello, beautiful YouTube people. Ron Tartaglia checking in here for our what we're going to call our 4-Tracks Resurrection, not our 4-Tracks Adventure, and give you a little bit of a walk around of my beloved 1988 4-Tracks 250R. In our last video, we took it for a little blast around the track, got it home, took it for a little bit more riding, but isn't running all that great. On the bottom end, it's sputtering pretty gnarly, and then it just decides to shut off when it warms up. Then it just starts back up again. So one of the great things about the internet is you could find cool stuff like this, but you could also search out problems. When I searched out the problems, I found answers such as, oh, it's a fuel problem, or it's a CDI, or your motor has cancer and it's going to die. So I have to start back from scratch and figure out why it's not running the way, well, I thought it would run, because in my mind I thought it was going to run like it did when I was a kid. Being 30 years old, we'll have to diagnose some problems. Anyhow, let's come in a little closer and take a look at the overall condition of my 88 250R. It is what I would call a daily rider, which is what I was looking for, and the price reflected that. You know, I wasn't looking for something that was so unbelievably mint that I'd be afraid to ride it, so this is pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is, as we kind of know, I love stock stuff, so I'm going to try to keep it as stock as possible. If you look a little closer, sometimes you can see things that aren't that stock. Handlebars, because the stock handlebars are horrible, everybody knows that. You know, other things I didn't do crazy stuff on, like the fuel lines are clear, looks like it has some V-force reeds here, but other than that, it's in pretty decent stock condition. I had some upgraded chain roller guides on here because the stock ones were wasted away and impossible to get. And so, as far as that goes, that's the only real additions I made, with the exception, of course, chains and sprockets, brake pads, things like that. Now, the stock seat has seen better days, and as far as that goes, I did a little searching on the interwebs, eBay. I got myself a nice little new seat, and of course, the interesting thing about language is it's just a collection of words, but when you put certain words together, they mean a lot. 4-Tracks, the greatest 2 words put together in the history of mankind. So I have this, and we're going to bring it to my upholstery guy. I know it's not a factory seat cover, but like I said, this is a daily rider, and that's kind of what we get. I wouldn't want to spend $1,000 on a stock seat and then crash and destroy it. Come over on this side, we'll take a look at some of the condition of the machine. As you can see, the stock fenders look like they're the 30-year-old originals. A little bit scraped up. I'm going to try to buff this rear set out. And the front set, you see, has a little Frankenstein stitching. Get that, Audrey? See the stitching? And another little thing on this that we found out when we brought it into the shop is, if you look down here, there's a little bit of a crack in this motor mount. My guy at the shop says he looks here first. This is a common thing. I'm just going to weld it, maybe grind it down a little, and paint it with the PJ1 frame color that I have. But being the crafty guy that I am, I'm always searching the internet for certain things, and it seems like the 4-Tracks gods have been smiling upon me. So what we're going to do here is open up this box. What's in this box? Well, maybe I'll keep you in suspense, as long as I don't cut my finger off. I happen to be sometimes lucky when it comes to eBay. And this seems like one of those times. Being that I love stock things, I almost went and got Meyer fenders. But as you know, the Meyer fenders have a tendency to have those hideous bolts where they don't belong. Here we go. There we are. Much better condition, unmolested, little spider cracking, bone stock, 250R fenders. Doesn't get any better than that. You're not going to find anything like this unless you find some brand new ones that are hanging out on the shelf somewhere. These are absolutely perfect for what I need them for. It looks to me like all of the components are still there. So I think this is a little serendipity, a little bit of the 4-Tracks gods shining down on me. So in the next video, We're going to have the seat all fixed up. We're going to have the fenders on. Come around one more time, Audrey. I want to take a look at the stock hood, which is the only way to go. It seems the riders before me seem to have trimmed this. I have a line on a gentleman who does have a stock one that I'm going to also obtain. So the next time we have this video, you're going to see new seat, new fenders, and it might even be running. So that's all for this video, and I guess I'll see you next time when maybe you really will come along for the ride. Long live the 4Trax 250R.